All of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down, and it's your brother Laban, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Brakatham, to the overall elect whom this gospel is for. And I want to go over something that's interesting. And this just goes even to further show what we've been telling you about for all of this time, about the mark of the beast system. And, there's an actual video about this that in the future I will show. But I'm going to read a little bit of this article, and we're going to get to that point. Body in a box. World's first computer powered by human brain cells. Cortical Lab says $35,000 body in a box will revolutionize AI and robotics. An Australian startup has unveiled the world's first commercial biological computer that runs on living human brain cells. Melbourne-based Cortical Lab launched the CLI at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona this week, describing it as a body in a box that holds the potential to revolutionize AI and robotics. The computer uses lab-grown neurons that grows across a silicon chip, which allows them to send and receive electrical impulses. So as I'm going to say again, if this is where we are at technologically, and the mark of the beast is right around the corner. And so the servants, the prophets, as we believe that we are, we have to continue to give warning that that prophecy will happen. And it's just in a matter of time. All right. Now, I just wanted to read a little bit of this article because, it's self-explanatory what this machine is capable of doing. But what I want to do now is I want to show you this video, and he's going to really go into how this thing actually works, man.
Real biological neurons into networks onto computer chips. How we do that is that's developed the world's first biological computer. And what I mean by biological computer is that unlike using artificial neural networks, we grow real biological neurons into networks onto computer chips. How we do that is that we take blood or skin and we can transform them into stem cells, and from stem cells into brain cells or neurons that we then use them for compute and intelligence. This is where the neurons would be embedded in. We have 64 channels where we can interface with them electronically. There's a compute unit at the base that reads the electrical activity and performs the computation. We have pumps like the heart, waste feeding reservoirs, filtration units like the kidneys, and we have a gas mixer to take carbon dioxide, oxygen, and nitrogen. In Melbourne, Australia. Because we've partnered with also the guys from the University of Barcelona. We also have PDMS structures where we can actually get them to look more like computing units and learn how to recognize clusters of digits that are handwritten. So is the digit 4 different from digit 5 versus 7? In the short term is we can use it for life sciences, for personalized medicine, for drug discovery and development. But the longer term vision of the company here is to pioneer a new form of computing where we can actually use these neurons that can process information with much quicker speed, with much less data, and with much more energy efficiency.
Yeah, so that's all I wanted to show on that machine or that computer that's running on live human brain cells, right? So again, as I'm going to say, we're closer to the mark of the beast than we ever think if this technology is being announced. All right, so what I want to do is I want to read this as well. Revelations 13 and verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Let's look up this word miracle or miracles.
Strong's G 4592, Semayon. Semayon.
Semayon, which means to say a sign, mark, token, that by which a person or thing is distinguished from others and is known. A sign, prodigy, portent, i.e. an unusual occurrence, transcending the common course of nature. And so you can say that this is somewhat of a miracle, because miracles can be wrought from the left-hand side as well. It's kind of like when, which was shown primarily read in the book of Exodus, the 7th chapter, concerning the spiritual power that the Pharaoh had, but the power that Moses had, or should I say Aaron in this case, was a greater sense of power that Aaron displayed, because that power was coming from the Most High. All right. So I just want to read a little bit of this over here. Exodus 7 and 8. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, when Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servant, and it became a serpent. And the Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantments, for they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents, but Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord said. So there you go. So the left-hand side, they got power too. And we've seen their power from different people and stuff like that. But, you know, the greatest witches and wizards and warlocks, of course, you know, those dark suit tie wearing turkey neck individuals, when they get together in secret, they get all into it. And this is how they were able to come up with this technology, or conjure up AI, so to speak. It's all through the left-hand side. So they have power too. And so when the mark of the beast is initiated, the only people that's going to be taken by the mark of the beast are those that are not in Yahweh Shai. See, when you're in Yahweh Shai, man, all demonic entities get smacked out the way, crushed to asunder. So the only way we gonna get through this thing is through Yahweh Shai. That's it. All right. So the elect, they're not going to be enchanted by all of this, and they're not going to falter to the point of bowing the knee, receiving that mark. As long as they keep hold of the word, then the Most High will keep them the same way. So I'm going to read the other half now. And as this reads, in that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword. And as well as I'm going to say as well, see, the elect, they're not going to falter to the ways of this devil, because the ways of this devil is only but gonna go so far in terms of influencing people to take the mark. See, the only people that's going to take this mark are those that are not in tandem with Yahweh Shai. All right. Now the elect, of course, they're going to be in Yahweh Shai. And if they're in Yahweh Shai this time, whether it's in a time of temptation or desperation, whatever it is, they're not going to falter, because it's going to take Yahweh Shai to overcome all of this demonic technology, which will be mandated. Okay, because all the spirits have to honor and respect the great spirit, which is the Messiah. All right, second in command to the Father. So if you don't have Yahweh Shai, you're going to fall victim to this mark of the beast system. And that's how it's going to go down. So I want to read this as well. This is Psalm 64 verse 6. They search out iniquities and they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Right? So these powers, yes, they get together and they conspire against the public, primarily against our people. And then they get together doing that witchcraft so that they can gather some kind of information, and so that therefore the power can be behind them and influence them in the right direction they need to go in changing this world the way they would like to see it. You know? So, yes, just to say it again, there's power to the left-hand side, but that power is limited power. That power can't go beyond the power of the Lord. All right? So this New World Order thing is only going to be done, all of that, which is what they've been doing for all these years. It's just going to be for vanity, because nothing's really going to come out of this as the way that they would like it to be. Just as well as the scripture says that the Lord have given them strong illusions that they should believe a lot. All right. They're going to initiate this one prophecy, which is the mark of the you-know-what. Or let me just say it. I already said it already. The mark of the beast. And that's going to be the end of this place. This place is going to body up in flames. And so, I mean, what else can I say on that? We're going to move forward with another precept. And I want to read the book of Numbers 23 and verse 23. And to verse 25, Salakia. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, and neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be, said of Jacob and of Israel, what have the Most High wrought? Absolutely. And this is, of course, applying to when Israel left Egypt. Because when those miracles was wrought on from the left-hand side, again, it didn't affect anybody in Israel at the time. So before their departure from Egypt and after, their enchantment had no weight on it against our people. There was literally no enchantment against Jacob. And so now, as we fast forward, this can even be applied still. But who is it just going to apply to? It's going to apply to the elect, because the elect are going to be in Yahweh Shai. And when you're in Yahweh Shai, there ain't going to be no enchantment against the elect of Jacob this time around. But the mass majority of our people, they're going to fall victim to receiving that mark, and they're going to be the ones enchanted. All right. Surely there's no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel, according to this time. And it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have the Most High wrought? So this is Balaam speaking to Balak, because Balak wanted the Israelites to be cursed of him. All right. And I think it's in the same chapter where he said that, how can I curse whom the Most High have blessed? All right. So there you go, man. So again, if you're in Yahweh Shai, all of this demonic shit that Esau's coming with is going to get crushed spiritually and physically. Let's look up this word enchant or enchantment. The act of magic, of witchcraft, use of magic powers, from the old French enchantment, magical spell, songs, concert, chorus, from enchanter, bewitched, charm, from Latin encanter, cast a magic spell. Figurative sense of allurement is from the 1670s, compared Old English, Goldor, song, also spell, enchantment. It's like when you see a woman of your liking and you're taken by her beauty. Her beauty has put a spell on you. Okay, that's in a figurative sense, but literally and figuratively, the mark of the beast is going to woo the public and have them deceived, and so that they're going to take this thing, and guess what? There ain't going to be no coming back. All right, especially where it's going to hurt the most, with people being in a state of desperation. All right. They're going to take this thing. They're going to be enchanted, and or they're going to fall victim because of desperation. All right. But again, the elect are not going to fall victim to this at all. So the purpose of the Lord will still stand, and that these nations will all come down after the smoke and the dust is cleared. Because we know that after the mark of the beast is in place, we know that you're going to have the Third World's War, which is going to take place physically on the earth. And then you're going to also have the second return of the Messiah, which he will deliver the elect. And those that have been delivered right along with Yahweh Shai, they're going to enslave all of these nations and rule over this entire planet in righteousness. All right. So these devils ain't going to stop a thing. Psalms 121 and verse 4, behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, and the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. And the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. And the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil, which is another way of saying salvation. And he shall preserve thy soul. And the Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. And so if the elect, which the elect will, because it's preordained, if they keep the word. All right. So if they keep the word, then the same power which has been coined the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will keep us even in the hour of temptation. Because thou hast kept Revelations 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all of the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So from now on to then, we should keep this knowledge. And then, Lord willing, we'll receive the reward, in which we will. Okay? Because as well as Yahweh Shai said in the book of John 17, and as well as he says it over here, John chapter 10, verse 28 to verse 29, I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. Verse 29, once again, my Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. So if we're the elect, we were given from the Father to Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai is going to take very good care of us. Okay, we're like the Lord's precious Jews that he's given to his son. All right, so it's like, for example, let's just say you got kids and your brother leaves the children with you as you're their uncle, right? It's for you to keep charge of those children and make sure that those children are doing well, because you've been given a responsibility from someone else to keep charge of their children. All right. So how much more Yahweh Shai? Yahweh Shai has to make sure that we don't get cut off at all. All right. And all of this will be if we hold dear to the word, and then it would be then solidified, who are my chosen, as it is written, that we are going to be of those that were not plucked out of the hand of the Messiah. So that's all I have to really say on this right here. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Gwadash. And I just wanted to just speak on this because I just wanted to convey the point that we're near and dear to the mark of the beast falling into fruition. And so we should continue to give warning upon this and break the scriptures down correctly so that the truth is told and that the blood be not upon our hands. All right. So that's all I have to say with this. And I say shalom.